Thank you.
Okay,
Good evening. We are here for the Town of Ulen August board meeting.
No.
Well, we will open the budget meeting before the board meeting. So we will have two meetings this evening. The first one will be the budget adoption meeting that we are required to do. And then once that closes at 7 o'clock, then we'll have our regular town meeting. So we will go ahead and open up the first meeting, which is the public hearing for the budget. So I'll turn that over to Marianne.
yeah, and the purpose of this is just to field any questions and talk a little bit about what the budget looks like right now. And this is the opportunity for the public to hear it and weigh in, and we will not adopt it because there's a 10-day period where people have an opportunity to communicate with us about their thoughts about the budget. So the next meeting will be the adoption meeting.
Okay.
All right. So we have looked, we looked last week at the preliminary budget. And for the most part, I think the town council was okay with what we put together. Mark, I think you particularly asked me to reallocate some of the funding that we had set aside for infrastructure. You'd asked me to redirect that away from sidewalks and toward potentially sewer items. I've done that. I found $100,000 that could be fairly easily moved over. And so those changes have been made, and that, but that is the only change beyond. And for anybody who's watching this recording, we are planning on setting aside a total of $303,000 for next year. We probably won't spend all that, but we want to go ahead and appropriate it so that if we need it, we have access to it. One of the things that came out of that is, well, two other things that I wanted to talk about. One of the things that came out of that is when DLGF looked at our budget and they looked at how much we'd set aside this year. They strongly recommended we take some of our dollars that we know we're not going to use this year and reduce our appropriation. That allowed us to make sure that we had enough money to cover the same categories next year, because it's broken down fund by fund. We were short in a couple of funds for some of what we wanted to do. So the number they wanted, they suggested I move was $5,500. We do actually have to sign a resolution. The town council has to approve that. So this is the form they gave me. I'm going to ask you guys to sign it. And this is.
Do we do that during this meeting? Do we have
Yes.
to do it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is moving it from where to where?
We moved it from 2026 to, we said we're going to unappropriate that so that it's in our starting balance for 2027.
We didn't use it this year.
Right.
We're just going to go ahead and move it in next year.
Okay.
Do we know what it was appropriated for?
It's mostly coming out of
Just
general funds. I think it might have also come out of cumulative capital development, because
Yes.
I am trying to use a couple of funds next year that we haven't touched in about 10 years. They've been just sitting there. And so it was kind of juggling some of those dollars, but.
All good?
All right, I make a motion that we reappropriate or appropriate.
We,
What's the proper term?
we reduce our appropriation in 2026 for this money.
Make a motion. So moved.
Resolution R 2026-03 as stated.
As stated. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right, here's the pen.
Motion carried.
Thank you, everybody. The other thing is that the state has released the estimates for lit for
2027.
2027. And in our budget, when I did this first pass at the budget, the estimate wasn't less. It was 48,000 for general county share lit and 28,000 for public safety. And since then, we've gotten an updated estimate from the state, which is a bit more. So we went from 48,000 to 57.5 on the certified shares, and we went from 28,000 to almost 31,000 on the public safety. So that's what they're anticipating in 2027. This is before all the
changes.
Lit
for
changes.
2028.
Right.
Okay.
So we've got a little bit more money. And that,
How did that compare with what we got this year? Do you happen to know?
it should be
I assume it's in line since there haven't been any.
yeah, it's been gradually increasing a little at a time.
I just want to make sure it wasn't less. So it's a little bit more.
It's not much, but it goes up a little bit every year. Yeah. I do have that here. I know I looked at it.
Are we posting this budget out there somewhere, telling them where they can go look at it? Because they have to go on BLGF, don't they, to look at them?
I think, well, it's not, it won't be actually posted until we approve it and adopt it,
Okay,
but it will be on Gateway.
okay. I thought, didn't you say they had a chance to, I guess they can ask questions if they want to see it? They have to call us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anybody wants to see it, I can send you these reports. The reports are kind of, I find them difficult to look at because they break everything down by fund, which means it's really hard to see the totals. And they separate property tax and lit tax. So there's two different forms to see how much income you expect. It's frustrating. Yeah, I'll have to look at it for you.
That's fine. I just wanted, because you had said it had changed and it had gone up.
Mhm.
I didn't know if the first amounts were an increase and this was a bigger increase, or it just brought us back to where we normally would have been.
Do you remember the colored sheet that we were looking at last month that had the lit numbers on it?
Mhm.
That was our first estimate and it shows
Okay.
2025, I think. Might be able to call it up here. No, I don't know. I don't have it on this. Okay. That is all I have to say about budget.
Anybody else?
I do not have anybody else online.
Then we will go ahead and close the public hearing for the budget proposal for 2027. And we will be back to have the other meeting at 7 o'clock.
Okay. You want to wait one more minute, so we will have 10 minutes at least.
Okay.
Just in case somebody dials in late.
Blink at the budget meeting.
Yep.
Yes. All right, I'm going to pause the recording and we will be back at 7 o'clock. Recording. Okay, hi, everyone.
I was waiting until 7 o'clock. It's almost 7 o'clock. We had, if you missed it earlier, which you did, we know because you guys weren't on here, we had the pre-budget hearing. We will approve the budget at next month's board meeting. So if you come or listen next month, if you want any news or any information about the budget, reach out to Mary Ann. Otherwise, next month we will, through the process, we'll go ahead and approve the budget next month for 2027. Now, we'll go ahead and start this meeting with the minutes, review and approval of the it says May, but it's really supposed to be the July minutes.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the July meeting minutes. And just, second.
Yeah, motion and a second to approve the July minutes
With the amendments.
With the amendment that you asked. for.
with the amendments. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Just need a signature.
Treasurer's report.
Okay, I have. I think you guys got this, right, with the statements. I did send those, didn't I? So, the month's receipts this year this month were $9,902 and disbursements $3,870. So a relatively modest month. Maybe the only thing I was going to call attention to is we did get the governor issued a special tax break for that was responsible. Hold on a second. That has to do with the cost of gas.
Oh, fuel tax.
The fuel tax being, so we got some money back for that. It's not much, about $500. There were two different payments that go to our MVH and local road and street fund.
Okay.
Anyway, our balance as of beginning of the month was $487,802.
Okay.
Okay. I have some things to
Vouchers.
pass around for vouchers, so got a couple of things to pay. This was the selective insurance, which is one of the two insurance policies we have. $1,300 for that. This one I went ahead and paid since we pre-approved that budget. This was the tree removal.
And it's complete. The tree removal up there at the entryway has been completed on the east side of the street.
Two Lebanon utilities bills. This is to irrigation bill for the circles. It's the second bill for Green Acre for the landscaping.
This one's for the work done on the sidewalk tear out and the sod installation
Yeah.
on the right.
Smith Trash.
West side.
And one from Bob Hutter for the recent work on the ordinances. And this one is Masonry by Anderson. This is the one we
I'll approve the.
yeah, his bill initially was for $1,700. We paid $1,000 for the stone, but he has not yet done the
work.
labor. So I haven't.
Let's hold on to that one.
Yeah.
And we'll wait to see his response. I sent a text to him earlier. I'll reach out to him tomorrow if I don't hear from him.
Okay,
And if not, I'll see if I can find somebody else.
I guess
The
we'll,
hard part was he's the one that manufactures them, I believe, his company manufactures that stone. At least that's where I met him. So I may have to go down to that stone company and see if somebody else can. If they manufacture, see if it's him or his company or if somebody else, it's just down there on Noble Street.
but that's good. You know
Yeah.
who else he's doing business with, so we can follow up and figure out whether the stone's been paid for and.
Yeah, find somebody to do the repair.
Okay.
Anything else with the treasurer's report?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Do we want approval? Do we approve the treasurer's report? I don't think we signed that, so, all right.
No, we don't.
You want to see? You're welcome to see. Look through. Oh, okay. I guess it'd be old business status and discussion of ongoing work, emails and archive migration.
Yeah, I mean, we're waiting actually for the three of you to connect your emails to it so we can make sure that it's working. But Rob's been testing things with mine and mine's working okay. I'm getting everything through the new server, and it was a good thing that we are because Comcast has not been terribly reliable. So at least that one's working.
Is that a Gmail?
No, it's the town dot.
A
or
Microsoft.
Ulen.town.
Yeah.
And I get them, is it the same passwords that you originally gave me? Or is it, because I get them on my phone. I just
Mhm.
need to make sure, so I am getting them.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure.
It's the
that
same
that's
password.
password.
It is the
Okay.
same. Yeah. And if you need help getting it working on your computer, I can come down and help you
Okay.
get it started.
May just try to do it on here because I do everything on this.
Okay.
Okay. Interlocal agreement. I reached out to I just haven't connected to Scott Pell yet, but I'll try to still connect with him and get it. I did not talk to Bob this month about it. Because we didn't have our meetings, but I'll continue to work on that interlocal agreement. Sorry about that. Sidewalk and road marker project. So we discussed briefly about getting the crosswalk from where the town is over to the park. If you look at it closely, there's white lines that we need to get done. We also wanted to put a white line out there by the stop sign as we go into the town or the city of Lebanon. We got the concrete removed, the sidewalk removed, so now I can look for somebody to do that piece too. We'll do the area going across the road into the park. And then my other suggestion would be to go ahead and do yellow curbs around on our corners.
In the circle.
And the circles, just so with all the golfing that we have and all the times that we have people parking in our community while they're over here, a lot of times they just don't pay close enough attention to where they park with that. And that leaves us susceptible to problems if we had to get an ambulance or a fire truck in here. So as much as I don't want to do it, it's
The safety issue at this
it's
point.
become a safety issue, and I feel it's probably as important as anything to go ahead and get that done. So I guess I'm looking for approval that when we have somebody come out and quote painting those white lines at the entryway to go ahead and show them that where we want yellow painted as well. So
And I assume the corners you're talking about would be Artman Avenue,
in East Drive,
East Drive, and then
The two-
around
the circles,
both circles, or?
I would do both circles.
Go ahead and just do both circles.
I would do
They
both
should
circles.
probably be true.
Even where the fire hydrants open.
What's that? We could do, we could
We
do,
probably should do where the fire.
Do it where
My
hydrants
daughter parked in front of one day and I'm like, you gotta move your truck.
Yeah.
Why?
yeah, so
We
we
didn't
would,
see this.
And he's absolutely right.
We would do
There's
the
a fire
fire-
hydrant right between
Yeah.
us. So yes, we should do
Yeah.
the curbs and the fire hydrants. If we're gonna do it, we might as well have them.
yeah,
If we're gonna have yellow curbs, have them in all the appropriate places.
Yeah.
Because then that would allow us, if we needed to have somebody towed.
Right.
So that's my proposal, if you guys are okay with it. I assume we probably want to go ahead and put that into the minutes with a vote.
I get a quote?
Don't vote to
Yeah.
do it, but get a quote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
before
have,
we
we have
do
to get
it.
it quoted, but
Yes,
yes, I mean,
yeah.
I don't necessarily, we need to.
I guess I'll get a quote, then we can approve the quote.
I think that's what we have to do.
Okay. And when we do it, I'll do a map.
Yes.
I'll do a map of where it's gonna be yellow. So we can
Well, we
see.
need to, so our end, both ends, the circles, East Drive, probably down by Steve Smoggs.
And yeah, the entryway,
Yeah,
the first so many feet of the
because
entryway.
even like for the park,
Yeah.
4th of July.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
I mean, there were people parked on Ulen or Country Club Drive.
yeah,
It's like, there's nothing near a paint because there's no curb.
yeah.
Right.
If we wanted to do anything there, we'd have to put maybe lower signs, but I
Yeah, I don't
think that's.
I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah. Okay, so that I will work on getting somebody to get us a quote on that. Sealant repair project. I guess I kind of lost track of that. Did they ever do that or was it the rain?
They did it.
They did it, but it.
But it,
came right
a
back.
lot of it came right back up and I reached out to.
Dave Lance? Dave Lancet, the guy.
Yeah, it must have been Dave. I think when I copied all of us, I never heard back. Because I know they missed several spots on Country Club Drive and a lot of around where mocks are, because water kind of sits there. He was blowing after he mowed and big chunks were just coming up off the street. And so I sent those
I saw the
pictures.
pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
But he hadn't responded.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'll reach out to him.
And that might have been when the emails weren't working.
And it might have
I'm-
also been, because I thought that that I saw something about that they were going to come in and do it the next time they were in the neighborhood, but we had some really bad weather right after that. So it might have been that, we just haven't gotten
Got him
our
back in
vendor
here.
back in here yet.
I sent that email on 8/2. But I don't recall.
Do you want to
ever hearing-
you want to just follow up with that one more time, just and say,
Sure.
hey, we had our meeting tonight.
Yep.
We sent this on 8/2 and haven't heard anything. Can you give us an update? Since you've already emailed them, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Landscaping work and removal of signage foundation block. So, since last month, we've had a lot of work done at the front.
Yes.
It may not all look great, but we've had a lot of good work done.
I'll wait and see where they get that. Little curve they built up right at the edge.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled in the other day, luckily saw it, he backed up and then he went around it.
Oh,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we had
Because
to-
otherwise you would have gone right through our plans.
no, we
Yeah.
had,
Well, I was just afraid to get that little, the
Retaining wall.
Right,
Yeah.
retaining wall, that little.
We
yeah,
needed
about
that
this
so the
block.
dirt didn't go into the
yeah,
street.
yeah.
I was like, and then he stopped and backed up, I'm like, good job.
Yeah, so,
I guess I never thought, most people don't come from that direction and try to turn.
yeah, on
I
the,
mean,
I think it was a golf cart.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, vendor, yeah.
oh, yeah.
It looked like he was pulling in there for something, it was all empty, so I'm assuming.
At least he was paying attention, that's good.
yeah,
So
that's
ju-
good.
Yeah, just to update you on the country club side, we've taken out the sidewalk that was in front of the sign and got the sod in there and got that part all completed. On the east side where the house is, we've got the actual plants and everything in front of the sign. We intend to do the exact replicate the planting of the tall and the short bushes on that side of the street in the next month. We're waiting to bore a water line under the road so that we have water to water that whole side once we get those plants in. And that water will extend all the way to the front entrance and will water all of that entry. So we will have constant water on there so that, the only thing that what next year after they put the mulch down, all they'll have to do is come in and keep the weeds out, but we'll always have water in those areas. And then along with the water, we'll have the electrical and have the lighting done on the sign in the next month.
Have we talked to Setco about that yet?
Yes, I've reached out to Setco. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So he's gonna come and look at it.
Kind of an aside, but just because you guys may not know since you're new to the town, if you ever, like, if you had seen that semi and he actually like knocked it over or went through it and just keeps going, we do have some cameras. And if we know in enough time, you just contact me or whomever, and we can go back and look at that and go, oh yeah, here's the video footage of you guys hitting this. It's what we've done on circles.
Yeah.
So we just need to know within, pretty quickly so that we can go back and look at that tape. It's
Yeah, I
not like
think
we.
Trevin, my nephew, bought that house. I think his truck.
Yeah,
It-
2
that's
men in
one
the
of
truck.
That's.
The jump told me, nuisance.
Yeah, that's,
He went down there and told them, I think. so.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, they'll get a repair bill for part of that.
yeah, the side they hit.
Yeah.
But just, I just
Okay.
as an edification for you, or if you ever have any, knock on wood, we don't have any issues, but for safety and things like that, if somebody were to have like somebody break into their house or whatever too, we can also look to see what vehicles were coming or going. Other than that, we don't look at the tapes or videos.
But it has helped us. We have been able to collect all the money for all the repairs so far to the circles.
It's good. That's the big thing on the news now. What do they call it? Flock camera?
Flock.
Yeah.
We have our own flock.
Yeah, we're-
People are hitting them and shooting them and whatever they're doing.
Yeah, please don't shoot ours.
Yeah.
So just cameras to,
Right.
for security and for safety, but it has been very
Yeah,
helpful.
Sheila has the Ring doorbell and it picks up. She had it set up and it would pick up people walking on the sidewalk. I'm like, would you turn that down?
Yeah, 'cause yeah.
Awful, not good.
Yeah. So hopefully by next month's meeting, if all goes well, we will have the other side complete and when you drive through there, we will finally have a completed area in it. So far, I think it looks fantastic.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, I
20
think,
years in the making.
yeah.
I thought it was because I moved in here.
We did that for you. Utility mapping, I reached out to Adam. Adam texted me back and said he will be in the office, I think this week, and he was working on getting something wrapped up and sent to us, hopefully next week. So I need, a reason I say that, and I will follow up with him. I have 2 companies coming out to look at the vacuuming of the sewer system, the stormwater system, to vacuum the grates out and as far back as they can go.
Any possible sediment.
We have some sediment, some of the grates we think that may be causing.
My basement flooded the other day, so not deep, but I had to tear up all the floor. Now I got to redo all the drywall in the basement. But I don't know if this is your guys', where my gate is back here, all the water comes down. I know Hopper came out and put a new pump in there.
Yeah, I don't know
That-
anything.
That's the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Part. It's not, okay.
Yeah,
Because it's still running over in my yard off the driveway through my gate, washes all the rock out down into my grass and floods my little shed that sinks down. I can barely.
Hopper put a pump in there?
You know where that big metal plate is?
I don't.
By the pro
By
shop.
the pro shop,
Okay,
where they would spray off the cards.
yeah,
Well, it used to be standing water all the time because it was all plugged. They came out and cleaned it out. And with a little rain, it works fine. When we get big rains, it comes right over through my gate, down into my yard. And it's like a swamp, like. It was getting in my shed floor. It was that deep.
Yep.
But they put the new curb all the way down,
and it stopped
but
it
it
there.
stopped right there. So I didn't know if that was part of this.
That's,
Must be the.
that's the
board
core.
meeting.
Yeah.
I told Joe to take care of Joe Newsom. He said, I'll talk to him. I said, run the curb down farther or? 'cause
Yeah.
It just builds up. It can't keep up. I think the line goes all the way through the golf course and it must be plugged. So once it fills up, it just keeps,
I have no idea about
I
it.
thought when you talked about that.
Yeah, this is all
Yeah,
mainly our,
We had almost 8 inches of rain.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that was very unusual.
Yeah, so I was like, well, it was big rain, so but it's done it 5 times this year.
Oh, So you're talking about
So does
your
your-
backyard or your basement?
Does your basement, do your sump not keep up with
The
it?
sump keeps up, but the drywall and the baseboard was, so it fills up like that deep and runs across the floor. But it soaks it through all of, so I gotta cut it all out. Tore all the floor up and put a new subfloor and stuff, which is, my older house is gonna leak, but I know we had a lot of rain, but
Yeah.
it's happened 3 times this year already.
Yeah. That's why my basement's not finished.
David had finished, he goes, I never had it a couple times. All right, well, it's been a wet year this year, so.
It has been a wet year. We almost lost a gas station in Connersville.
Oh.
My friends lost 2 of theirs down there.
Things float up.
No, but they filled.
Oh, the film.
The stations, both, the inside the stations got 4 foot of water. Both.
Oh,
So they lost everything.
Scary.
So like I said, Adam did text me. He's supposed to have something to me as soon as I get something. I'm supposed to meet with
Which
these,
companies are you talking to?
Indiana, Sewer Vac and Valenti held.
Did you call the West, the people that
Westler?
use? Yeah.
I did not. I just called that. Valenti Held's probably the one we'll probably end up with. They're right down in Whitestown.
Mhm,
They do the most of it. They do most of it.
mhm.
So Wessler's gonna give me those companies' names. Because Wessler doesn't do it.
Okay, I thought it might be useful to speak to them just to get a good understanding of what they were finding in that particular stretch because
Yeah.
Well, these guys will come in with a camera and run it down first before they do anything.
So the whole system.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting on Adam. Adam's gonna give us the whole system,
Mhm.
the layout of the whole system. So until I have that, they're like, we can come out there, but we're guessing until we see where your system is.
Okay.
But wouldn't Wessler give us a head start on that? I mean, they would have done,
Wessler doesn't have the whole system. That's why we have Adam.
all right,
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I started.
okay.
So when I called them to ask them what to do, they're like, well, we can come out, but we can't do much until we know where your system goes. And I said, well, we've got that getting mapped.
Mhm.
He said, well, as soon as that's mapped, we have some old maps, blueprints, but I don't know if it has all the.
And drawn from 1930s,
Yeah,
probably.
I don't know.
It's probably changed a bit since then.
Yeah.
So when Adam gets that back to us, then I can reach back out and they'll come out. At that time, I'll be glad to reach out to Wessler too, to make sure I'm doing the right thing. If that makes you feel better, but I feel pretty confident in my
Let's see, as soon as
conversation.
you get something from Adam, I assume he's gonna email us. I mean, we can send that out so we can at least look.
Yeah.
Like I know, Klingler's just put in a new,
Septic line.
oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know if it was sewer or something.
Well,
Or if it was sewer or it was storm.
I don't think it's storm. It was their.
It was,
their-
okay.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Again, that's the private homeowner, not,
Yeah, to the connection.
yeah, through the connection.
Must meeting. You want to update us?
Yeah, so I went to the first meeting where they were having all of the clerk treasurers, all the fiscal officers from all the fiscal officers from all the towns in Boone County were there. And a woman, Susan Cowan from Baker Tilly, had a presentation prepared where they've got a model where they're looking at all of the different potential impacts based on who opts in and who opts out to the change. So the way they're thinking about, the legislature has passed a new rule that changes the way they calculate local income tax. It's currently based on the levy, and it's divided up, across communities. They want to change that so that it's based on the population in the community. Well, what that means is, bottom line, we as a very tiny community could end up getting crumbs compared to what we currently get. So about 40, well, it's more than 40, it's about 50, I think 52% what we use, what the taxpayer money that we use comes from that local income tax. And another chunk comes from property. But it's the lit that is really the biggest chunk of what we need. So if they slash that significantly, that will have a major impact on us. Now, the calculation is really complicated, and towns are all having trouble getting their arms around what this means or what kind of alternatives they can look at. The scenarios she ran, and I was hoping she would share that. I asked her if she would send her presentation, but I haven't seen any response from her yet. But if the legislature also left the bigger towns in Boone County the option of establishing their own income tax rates instead of adopting the counties. And if they do that, if all three, Whitestown, Lebanon, and Zionsville, thank you. If all three of them do that, we could go from something like $100,000 a year that we get from them down to about $7,000 a year when they ran the model, because our population is so small by comparison. So now what the whole purpose of these meetings is the legislature isn't implementing this right away. They wanted feedback from across the state about whether they needed to tweak this law. And clearly they do, because
From the small town standpoint.
from a small town standpoint. And we were just talking that AIM, which is the State Association for Small Municipalities, they're really lobbying for us. You know, they've flagged all kinds of, you know, red flags in the way this law is written about what that's going to do to small towns. And what we're hearing from the county is, you know, if the cities opt out, and then the county's going to have to make up the difference. They're going to have to help these little towns pay for fire, pay for, you know, police services, pay for their libraries. And they don't want, you know, that burden. So this bus process is gathering information, running the scenarios, kicking around ideas, seeing if things can be consolidated. The bottom line is they're trying to get us to a lower rate, so this legislature can say that they cut taxes. And then they're looking to us to sort of say, yeah, well, we can maybe do that, but not this way. So they're looking for us to come up with some ideas that might, I don't know what a little town like Ulen can do, not much. I mean, they are asking us to collaborate, both the larger towns and the smaller towns, and see what, if we implemented it as written, what could we do? And we're supposed to submit a report back to the legislature. AIM is going to consolidate a lot of this and sort of maybe help us think through.
So when they ran that scenario, how bad was it for like Thorntown and significant?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted the scenarios to show to you. I was hoping she would send them because.
So the fire.
But she ran it if all of them adopted the county rate. She ran it if none of them adopted the county rate. She ran it if one adopted the county rate or two adopted the county rate. And it was a sliding scale of, hey, we could actually make more money on this, all the way down to, oh my gosh, we can't survive. So that's how broad it was, depending on how many of the big cities chose to go their own path. So it's a little scary. I mean, I think what I was missing in the first meeting was this understanding how that fundamental shift from being levy-based to population-based is what I didn't pick up on that until they pointed it out. But they've got these good tools, these good modeling tools, and they offered to meet individually with us if we needed that. So I've asked her for some time, and I think we ought to go sit down with her and say, look, this could be devastating for somebody like us. So
when do the cities have to decide? When is that?
I think they have to submit their report by November 1st.
Okay.
Now they've given me some more meeting dates. So if you all want to join, I mean, while the meeting is really held among the fiscal officers, you can attend as a an observer, and the other mayors of all those other cities are showing up. So,
Yeah, when are those meetings?
so September 10th, 1 to 3. Friday, October 2nd, 1 to 3. And I can't read my own handwriting here. I think it's October 16th, which is also a Friday, I think, 10 to 3.
10 to 3 or 1 to 3?
Sorry, 1 to 3.
Okay.
October what? 9th is a Friday.
9th is a Friday?
Yeah, 10th is.
It might be 16th, 15th or
She said
16th.
16th is a Friday.
Okay,
September
it's 16th.
10th, October 2nd, October 16th.
1 to
Right.
3 on all three.
Yep,
The 10th is a Thursday.
yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
It's a Thursday and 2 Fridays. So,
And where are they?
at that Connie Lamar room in the,
Where we were.
where we were before, yeah. I think it would be great to sit with her and really, for me at least, I just want to get a little more fluent in exactly what's changeable and what isn't, what do we, because there's combinations, it's complicated. There's combinations of about 4 different categories of funding that make up the total of this lit. And each of those is in play. I mean, each of those things could be adjusted, and somehow as a group, we have to figure out if it's even possible to keep the towns alive, with these numbers that they're giving us.
Are the cities going to give us any kind of an indication, or will we just have to wait for the surprise?
It's a really good question. I mean, we're supposed to be talking about it. That's why they're having these meetings. We're supposed to be.
It seems like they're the quiet ones at the meetings. I mean, at the first meeting we went to, they sat there and didn't say much.
Right.
Yeah.
And I assume they just didn't want to, show their hand.
Either that, or like me, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly we're doing and why. I mean, what's the.
That's it. I guess that's the other question. They have the same summit down at French Lick.
Yeah.
Is it worth? I mean, I assume with all this going on, is it worth somebody going
I
down?
would think it's worth.
Is that anything you would want to do if we paid for it?
I think
Sure.
I should send you.
If
And you
it's-
could play golf, by the way.
I don't think the town can play for
Side
you.
meeting
Yeah.
hours.
I don't know that we could pay for your gambling
Well-
and your golf, but we could and your mileage in your hotel and your
It's
registration.
registration.
Yeah.
If that's something you would consider.
So what this one is about, I mean, I want to look at the agenda and see what
About
they're doing before I commit, because it says, join us for the 2026
okay.
AIM Idea Summit to celebrate the services, people, and investments that make Hoosier cities and towns the engines of Indiana's economy. Learn from your peers and other experts in local government how to accelerate your work while outside forces try to shift you into reverse.
Well, I
I don't
assume.
think this is about must. I
Yeah.
think this is about AI.
Oh.
And this is about
and
using AI to facilitate, I'm not sure.
I would say, let's look at the agenda.
I'm gonna look at the
or
agenda.
Call
and see
them and
it.
ask if you feel like it's worth it, the agenda,
Mhm.
then let's talk about it.
Now, there wasn't another IMCT clerk treasurer's thing, and they probably had a few things in there about that, but I didn't. It wasn't convenient for me to go, and I didn't feel like we were gonna learn enough to make it worth
Okay.
that investment. But the next one probably will be,
Yeah.
because they'll be further along in this bus process, and that'll probably be a big topic of conversation.
Okay. Well, I think, as the impact that it can have on our town, if we don't at least keep up with it right now
Mhm.
and know where we stand, at some point we may get an email or something that says, here's what you're gonna get. And you have to figure out how to survive on it.
Right.
Hopefully we can get ahead of that so that we don't get an email like that or something from the state.
Yeah.
They're taking all your funding away.
Yeah.
New business. Anybody have any new business?
I just wanted to say the letter that you got from the IRS about our FEIN number.
Yes.
So it says, if you question this, call us, and they gave me a phone number. And since we've been using an FEIN for the past 10, 20 years, maybe, I called them 9 hours on hold. Let me,
You stayed on hold that long?
what? Well, so let me, it was quite the experience, because I was on for about 4 hours to start with, and somebody picked up and she said, "This is the forms department." And I said, "Well, actually, I was calling about a letter and an FEIN." "Oh, you got the wrong department. Let me put you back in the queue."
Oh.
So another 3 hours, somebody picks up and says, "Are you calling about a letter you sent or a letter you received?" And I said, "A letter I received." She said, "Okay, let me put you in the next queue." And then at this point, I said, you know,
I've waited this long. I'm gonna keep going.
I mean, I was starting to get really mad, right? So I waited another 2 hours.
It only took you 7 hours to get really mad.
So wait a minute. I waited another 2 hours and I got disconnected. It just dropped. The call just dropped. So I said, okay, I know there's a service center in Indianapolis. Instead of calling the main IRS line, I'm going to call this service center. And when I dialed through that, I got a voicemail that said, "Wait time is 47 minutes. And I said, 47 minutes? I can do that. So I did finally get somebody in 47 minutes. A woman picked up and she listened to me say that we already had an FEIN and I wasn't sure why we were, because there's a lot of things to change. And she said, "I can't find you in the records anywhere." She said, "I don't know what happened. Somebody might have mistyped something or something, all it
So if
has.
they looked up that old number, is there anyone associated?
She said there was no number like that, they said.
Oh, crazy. So we need to use the new one.
We need to use the new one. We talked a little bit about it. And I sent, she said the first people I would reach out to was the DOR, because if you're filing stuff that, the payroll taxes are the one thing that's coming out. I mean, the reason why all of this was maybe not bubbling up is that we don't pay anything to the IRS. So now that we are paying something to the IRS, they
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish.
yeah. So, but I finally, she said, contact the DOR, and I actually did, because both the workforce development account and our retail merchant certificate, ask for FEINs, and they actually got back to me within a day with an email. Like, I sent them a copy of the IRS letter and I told them we need help changing our FEIN, and it's all done in the state already. They took care of it really quickly. The state did. But
10 hours later.
but we still need to make sure that as we have new vendors come on board, that we're issuing them an updated sales exemption certificate, because it's on that.
Okay.
So if you guys get asked for a sales tax exemption form, make sure you let me know so I can give you a new one with the new number. And I'm going to have to check. We're not registered with the Secretary of State. A municipality doesn't have to be, but I think it's a good idea maybe to do that, because like when we were talking in the bank account, we were trying to set up our investments for the CDs. They kept asking me for a number on the Secretary of State site, and we're not listed there. So,
Reach out to them and ask them what we should do.
yeah.
There's no number, but you have to pay biennial dues. And you have to re-up everything and say who's the proper party to contact, and there's a fee for that, but there's no state number.
Mhm. Okay. I mean, I kind of stopped going down that path because I finally stumbled across something that said, well, a municipality is not required to sign up. But the whole thing is set up for businesses, not for municipalities. So it was like there were so many things that seemed either irrelevant or like what we don't have that, I mean, there was a lot of,
The only thing I could think of that would be helpful is if somebody were looking for the registered agent for
Mhm.
the town, it would have the PO box
Mhm.
number and they would know where to contact us. They would also know that from our website, I assume.
Yeah.
It should be a heck of a lot easier than going to the secretary's.
No, we're not registered business.
Yeah,
I'd say let's just leave it for now.
Okay.
Our investments are.
but the payroll company now
Yeah.
has the right.
yes,
FBI.
yes. Although they said, um, like I said, well, do I need to go to the DOR and make these payments because they didn't go through last time because of the number? So, they said, no, wait till the IRS notifies you. Well, they'll send you a notification. You can just pay it when you get the notification.
Why would you need to pay it? Don't they withhold it? They should have the money.
I'm not sure that the transaction went through.
Right, but they withhold it from.
The payroll company?
Payroll.
Okay.
The
So
payroll
they will
company
have
should
to
have the
get
money.
But did they take it from our bank account is the question. I'll find out.
They should have. I mean, I know when we've had a payroll company, they withhold it.
Mhm.
They take the money from us. They hold it and then they submit it to the state and the federal.
Okay, well, I'll get clarification on that.
So, make sure that they should have the money. You shouldn't need to pay it.
Okay.
Any other new business? You know what that means.
Public comments.
Anybody out there have any comment?
John and Susan, anything you want to add? John, you have to unmute.
There we go. Everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, this is John Garber. I guess there's some new members. That's great. Some new neighbors. That's great. I just wanted to mention in the Boone Beat on August 10th, there was a dog escaped. They said a dog escaped from an invisible fence and attacked another dog. And did the town council do anything about that, or did you guys know about it? And did they contact the owner?
Based on what Bob Clutter said, the town really doesn't have anything to do with it. It's a county ordinance.
So we fall under the county ordinance.
We fall under the county ordinance for him.
So what they did was the right thing. Whoever got attacked, if it got into Boone Beat, somebody contacted
Somebody called.
the police who would have called animal control.
Okay. Well,
It's working.
Oh, my wife has a thought. What would you say, Marianne?
How can people watch out for that yard or that pet?
Yeah, how can people watch out for that to avoid that yard or that pet?
Do we know what yard it was?
It doesn't say in the thing, just a 100 block of Ulen Boulevard, which
The whole thing out loud.
I don't think there's any, we've had
it said,
several.
Yeah.
What it said, John.
okay, I think I read it. A dog escaped from its invisible fence to attack a passing dog with its owner, 100 block of Ulen Boulevard on August 10th, sorry. 8 in the morning, 8:10, 8:12 in the morning.
I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it, but the process worked because the police, I assume, were notified because it ended up in Boone Beat.
That's what it sounds like, yes.
It would have a.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's probably all you can do.
Yeah,
And sometimes dogs get out of those things.
they do. We've had quite a few in our neighborhood. So in our town, so.
No dog.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
You're welcome.
Susan, anything from you?
I don't think so. I thought the entrance looks really good. That young man worked his butt off out there in the heat. I thought that was commendable for sure, and it looks really good.
So when I was talking to Susan offline a couple of weeks ago, and maybe it's been more than that, we talked about possibly doing a street picnic.
Yes.
Are we still interested in doing something like that this year?
If somebody wanted to organize it, that would be great.
Okay. I'm going to be out of town until October 16th. If I leave in the end of this I guess in September, but yeah, when I get back, I still like to talk about it. I mean, maybe if we can't get it off this year, maybe we can at least talk about for a spring kind of pickup.
Yeah.
At the pace we move, sometimes we need a year,
I
half a year in advance.
Well, and
We used to do it once a
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
and have one in Joe Kerr's backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh
But
yeah, there you go. Somebody new's moving in there.
they would put up the tables and the chairs and
Yeah.
then we just kind of invited, and it was a pitch-in. I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
town paid for maybe the meat. And then everybody else pitched in side dishes and desserts.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, since you know all about it, I've been contacting you.
So, I mean, obviously we need to make sure that it's, nice weather and warmer,
Yes.
and maybe spring would be a better time as we're starting to get into
I know.
maybe.
So busy. We've had a lot of stuff going on, but yes, I think that we at least should get the ball rolling, and I'll start working on that with you guys.
Sure.
Very good.
Awesome. Great.
John has one more question. And some of this has been brought up before, but the yards on Elizaville Road, I'm sorry, Elm Swamp Road there are some that have a lot of trash and long grass and stuff. Is there anything the town can do about that since it's public right of way, or is it just depend on the individual homeowner?
We have a process that we go through. I'll reach out to Bob Clutter again. He was gonna send me a letter that we could send out, and we'll start that process.
Are you talking about in general, along Elm Swamp, or are you talking specifically about Ulen?
Elm Swamp Road.
Elm Swamp. The behind the fence, the area behind the fences.
Yes.
Okay, but on Ulen Yards, you're saying?
Yes,
Yes.
Ulen
Okay.
Yards. That face Elm Swamp.
Yes. Sorry, yeah, I'll reach out to Bob.
It's not the.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
That creek separates from it.
Right, but the backyards,
Right,
people
that's
on
nice.
East Drive back up to. I'm not even
Road.
sure what road that is, whether it's Hewlin Drive or it's Elmwood.
Yeah, Bob
It's Elm-
called, he
it's Elm
called it a
Swamp.
specific letter. I just can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. I
We'll
ran
reach out. Try to get something sent out this month.
Is it an abatement letter?
Abatement letter, maybe that's what it's called. Anything else? Well, in that case, have a motion to adjourn the meeting since we've gone through everything.
I make a motion to to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
We put a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. See you all next month.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
This was exciting.
This was one of the quickest meetings we've had.
It was very fun.
I'm on the HOA board, at the lake we live on up at Snow Lake, Lake James. But we're not